Characters with a power, skill, or significant attribute that either do not realize yet themselves or must hide from others make for some of the best anime stories. These anime showcase characters which are strong, badass, cool, but prefer to hide their given abilities, just to live a normal life and stay out of trouble. So welcome back to Animeology, and today we will show you the top 10 anime where the overpowered main character hides his powers. Before we begin, be sure to drop a like and subscribe down below for more anime top 10s, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Number 10. 07 Ghost. When you start watching this, you may feel a bit confused or sense the story seems a bit reserved or even heavy on religion. But soon enough it takes off in twists and turns with lots of intrigue and magical power, turning hairy situations into even wilder, more dangerous turns. Just when you think you know what the characters can do, you find there's another hidden layer. The main downside is the series is incomplete, but what is there is worth watching. Whether it's a hidden past, unexpected schemes coming out of hidden spots, or unexpected new skills cropping up. Technically, there are more than one character with a hidden past and set of skills. 07 Ghost may not be for everyone. It is more of a shoujo-oriented anime after all, and with a slow-moving plot, that may be tedious for some. But it really is an emotional roller coaster. It showcases every emotion. Laughter, cry, anger, despair, hate, joy, love, and acceptance perfectly. Number 9. The False Faces. The False Faces is a sequel to an anime of the same name, but season 2. I found this one was much better. It builds up characters way more and has more slice-of-life moments and a better pacing. It has one of the single most dramatic climactic endings of any anime or non-anime I've ever seen. There are several characters with a kind of hidden power, since the only ones who know these people have this power are ones like them, and the one who gave them the power. Haku is without a doubt one of the most likable, well-developed, comedic, smart, and all-around great characters ever. He pretty much carries the show, and it is all the twists and turns in his life and experiences that provide the heart and drive of the series. When watching False Faces, you have to be very patient. It starts out with an extremely slow pace. Extremely slow. Almost nothing happens for more than 10 episodes. The slow pacing is good in the sense that it introduces us to the characters and the world. But real magic happens when it unfolds secrets episode by episode, and suddenly, this anime becomes the most exciting and surprising one. Number 8. Cerberus. Hiro has one of the coolest powers in all of anime. The problem is, he doesn't realize he has this power. It's so powerful and dangerous that not even friends or allies are safe from it. It happens to look like one of the coolest when activated, too. Hiro is a bit of an arrogant, nasty jerk, and an incompetent klutz to boot, but plenty of humor revolves around his not-so-stellar qualities to help offset that pure sense of negativity surrounding his character, and makes it a bit more palatable and forgivable. Still, it would be nice if he at least evolved, changed, or grew a bit away from so much of those bad qualities. Overall, Cerberus is good, due to its comedy, both intentional and unintentional. That's Cerberus for you, barely competent enough to get by while being hilarious unintentionally, much like its characters. But like its characters, you might find it grows on you by the end. Up next at number 7, Claymore. No!
エマーといえども内臓を貫けばな。
The series follows one Claymore in particular, Claire, who finds herself stuck between coping with the horrors of her past and dealing with the pitfalls that confront her from day to day. After finishing one of her jobs, killing a demon tormenting a small village, she is followed by a lone boy whose family was slaughtered by the creature, and despite her resistance to his kinship, he ends up tagging along with her. This is one of the best animes with a female lead, and one of the best female hidden power animes. It only ranks a bit behind shows like Log Horizon because it lacks the same drama and depth and range of characters as them. But do not dismiss it wholly just because it may seem simple in scale to them. It is still a well-made, thoughtful story full of surprises and oohs and ahs. It might have ranked higher if it had a bit more meat on its bones. Coming in at number 6, Myriad Colors Phantom World. Myriad is a strange, scattered kind of story that can often leave you puzzled as to what is going on, or even where the plot is hiding, but it does have some unique interpretations of magic that connect it to types of artistic expression. Some characters stand out above others for having stronger abilities, and it at first appears they are either weak or have no power worth mentioning. So the hidden aspect is kind of an underestimation of ability or how far those skills can go. The main characters do not try to stand out much either, save for using those skills against enemies who hide in plain sight. On the whole, I'd give Myriad Colors Phantom World a solid recommendation for anyone interested in a fantasy action comedy combo. There's a fair amount of body fan service, but the show also digs into its characters in meaningful ways, building them up as a likable crew who care about each other. Up next at number 5, Valkyria Chronicles. Valkyria Chronicles is set in a fictitious continent reminiscent of 1930s Europe. The continent, named with this reminiscence in mind, is Europa, a spelling used per example by my home country, the Netherlands. The continent is divided into two main superpowers, with a small neutral state of Gallia caught in between the two behemoths. The plot follows the resistance of the small nation with the willpower and prowess of Welkin Gunther, the son of a former war hero, Isara, Welkin's adoptive sister, Alicia, an orphan and a previously member of the Brule Tower Watch, and Squad 7, Welkin's personal group within the militia. The hidden power is not revealed until late in the show, and even the person with it does not know they have it until then. There are few with true hidden abilities, but even on the surface, it might be said the squad leader has some hidden intellectual powers to outsmart enemies. It is hard to describe the real hidden power without giving too much away, but it is quite a stunning moment when it happens. Moving on to number 4, Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 is a series that focuses on the 8th grader, overpowered main character Shigeo Mob Kageyama, who has tapped into his inner wellspring of psychic prowess at a very young age. But the power quickly proves to be a liability when he realizes the potential danger of his skills. Choosing to suppress his power, Mob's only present use for his ability is to impress his longtime crush, Tsupomi, who soon grows bored of the same tricks. In order to effectuate control on his skills, Mob enlists himself under the wing of Arataka Reagan, a con artist claiming to be a psychic, who exploits Mob's powers for pocket change. Now, exorcising evil spirits on command has become a part of Mob's daily, monotonous life. However, the psychic energy he exerts is barely the tip of the iceberg. If his vast potential and unrestrained emotions run berserk, a cataclysmic event that would render him completely unrecognizable will be triggered. As a result, the progression towards Mob's explosion is rising, and attempting to stop it is futile. Number 3. Trigun. This anime depicts the journey of the overpowered main character Vash, the Stampede, who is the man with a $60 billion double dollar bounty on his head. The reason? He's a merciless villain who lays waste to all who oppose him. Also, he flattens entire cities for fun, garnering him the title, the Humanoid Typhoon. He leaves a trail of death and destruction wherever he goes, and anyone can count themselves dead if they so much as make eye contact, or so the rumors say. In actuality, Vash is a huge softie who claims to have never taken a life and avoids violence at all costs. With his crazy donut obsession and buffoonish attitude in tow, Vash traverses the wasteland of the planet Gunsmoke, all the while followed by 2 insurance agents, Meryl Streep and Millie Thompson, who attempt to minimize his impact on the public. But soon, their misadventures evolve into life or death situations. So, as a group of legendary assassins is summoned to bring about suffering to the trio, Vash's agonizing past will be unraveled and his morality and principles pushed to the breaking point. Up next at number 2, The Disastrous Life of Saiki K.
本当だな。今度こそ最後だからな。壁よ、元に戻れ。
To the average person, psychic abilities might seem like a blessing. For Kasuo Saiki, however, this couldn't be further from the truth. Gifted with a wide assortment of supernatural abilities ranging from telepathy to X-ray vision, he finds this so-called blessing to be nothing but a curse. As all the inconveniences his powers cause constantly pile up, all Kasuo aims for is an ordinary, hassle-free life. A life where ignorance is bliss. Unfortunately, the life of a psychic is far from quiet. Though Kasuo tries to stay out of the spotlight by keeping his powers a secret from his classmates, he ends up inadvertently attracting the attention of many odd characters, such as the empty-headed Riki Nendo and the delusional Shun Kaido. Forced to deal with the craziness of the people around him, Kasuo comes to learn that the ordinary life he has been striving for is a lot more difficult to achieve than expected. And finally at number 1, The Irregular at Magic High School. This show really draws you in. It bucks the all-too-familiar trends seen too often in many animes where the main character has so many negative issues. You may feel you are forcibly pushed away from remotely identifying with them. Tatsuya has all the earmarks of just being a cool character who can remain calm and rational in some tricky situations, except when it comes to socializing. The full extent of Tatsuya's powers aren't recognized in his school. In a world where those who can use magic are prized, Tatsuya Shiba and his sister Miyuki Shiba are made to attend a magic high school. Things get interesting when the two are tested for magical aptitude, and Miyuki is declared a prodigy and Tatsuya a dud. Yet the truth is, Tatsuya is actually extremely powerful, but his abilities aren't recognized simply because of the school's standardized ranking system.